Barry, you discovered the humans were stealing our honey, and you were brought before the Queen. Tell me, was she beautiful?
I guess. I was commanded to bow a lot, so I didn't really get a good look.
I've always felt that if the Queen and I were ever able to meet socially, we would become the best of friends.
Sure, why not?
So you'll introduce me?
I'm not sure I'd really feel comfortable. I mean, I don't really know her. We only met because I'd broken a B law. It's not like, we had tea. It was more of a sit in judgment of me kind of thing. The threat of execution was somewhat in the air.
So you're saying no?
Okay, so anyway, there I was, living the life of a pollen jock. Hal, would you please?
Out of town again? Remember, don't forget to spend your nectar drops. You don't collect these for nothing. They can be used to buy a plethora of sweet stuff. New clothes, new cars, and oh boy, video games.
Oh boy, video games. And that's right, we're back with more B-movie video game. I think even B-video game would have been a better title for this than B-movie game. I still think B-game would be pretty good. Anyway, here we are. We're back on the old job hunt, and I have cut out quite a bit of it, of what I did in my job hunt. And I also just did an awesome parking job there. But I did want to show off the new job that you have not seen before. It is an incredibly easy one. As I've said before, a lot of the Hunex ones seem to be pretty simple. I am pretty sure I don't even need to explain what it is. For one thing, you can probably tell just by looking at it, and also, this annoying Hunex voice is going to spend the next 2.5 minutes describing this thing to us so that we can do a single job trial for it that will take about 20 seconds. So, pretty good.
This one is a bit trickier than the others.
Yeah, he says it's a bit trickier than the others, maybe later on as you do more of them, but I really don't. I mean, I've played past this point. I mean, I've beaten the game, obviously, and I really don't remember ever having a whole lot of trouble with this one. But yeah, I don't know what all you need to do to make the next story chapter trigger, but I did a good number of job trials after this, between this one and the next one that you're gonna see. Which I think is gonna be another one of the crane jobs. I did some of the honeycomb collector ones. I did a really fucking long and boring, a couple long and boring taxi jobs. And that might be it. But yeah, I did it for like 30 minutes, but no need to have all that shit in here. And yeah, there's me doing the classic. I'm surprised it took me this long to do it, where I accidentally hit yes for repeating the instructions. I mean, they make X the yes button and triangle the no, and it's like, I don't know, I think it should default, the one, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. Fucking shut up. Anyway, hello everyone, how's everybody doing? I love how I say that in these videos like anyone can answer me. I mean, I guess you could, in the comments, you could be like, I'm fine. But, I just flipped my phone on my desk. That's what that sound was. Whoa, that was some good, tricky driving there. Oh, this is what this is. Yeah, this is an emergency call at J-Gate. After a certain point, which I guess is this point, you start getting these, and you have to just drop everything you're... Or have we done this already? I think we may have already done one. I don't know anything. But yeah, you have to go fight some guys. This might be the first one. I don't actually remember. Okay, well, it takes place in the first level, so this is the first one. Yeah, this one it's dragonflies. The next one I think is going to be wasps. Or mosquitoes, then wasps and hornets. Those are the enemies. Yeah, they're basically just like little enemy gauntlets for no real reason. I guess it's because you're technically a pollen jock now, because you go out and you squirt into all the flowers and you shoot bugs. Which sounds like a pretty fun job, shooting bugs. Oh, I have the... Whoa, it said 21. And yeah, here's the awesome part where the game takes 5 minutes to realize that you've finished, and there have been times when I play this game where I have died during that time, where I just get beamed in the head like 5 times in a row, and I die before it can exit me out of the level. In general, this game seems to have an issue with like delayed things, like when you're especially when you're pollinating flowers, I've noticed, it takes like several seconds after you've finished for the counter to go up and for the little blue dot on the mini-map to go away. So sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. Anyway, it's Friday when I'm recording this. I had a nice day off today. It's fun to get those. It made me remember the fact that, or it reminded me of an opinion I already had, which is correct, which is that a 4-day work week is so much better than a 5-day work week. And not only just for me, because it's fewer days to work, but I actually think that for the vast majority of jobs, it would actually be just a better scenario altogether. Because, I don't know, at least in my job and a lot of jobs that I've had, Friday is the day that everybody fucking checks out, and everyone, like, deliberately tries to make it so they don't have to do anything. So why not just not have them do anything? Who cares? 4 days is usually enough, I think. Again, for most jobs. I know there's some jobs where that might be harder, but I think that 4 should be the baseline. But what do I know? I'm not an economist, which is something that someone that I went to school with said once. It's a cool anecdote from me. Anyway, let's see what Jeanette Chung has in store for us today.
You sued the humans for stealing our honey. Do you like the law, Barry?
I do. For a bee, if you want justice, you usually have to sting someone.
What about Mr. Montgomery? What was he like?
Oh, him? He's the worst. A sleazeburger of the first order.
Why do you say that?
Because of all the rotten things he was into. You know, many people know about the honey crisis, but not everyone knows about the actual conspiracy at work behind it.
Did you say conspiracy?
I said conspiracy. Oh, sure, it wasn't enough that the humans were stealing all of our honey. They were up to something much worse, and Montgomery was at the soft, chewy center of it. That's why I needed to find proof.
Really? Well, this is the kind of serious, hard-nosed journalism that I was born to report.
What was that?
Nothing.
Where was I?
Heinous conspiracy of epic proportions.
I didn't say that exactly.
Please, Barry, go on. Tell us more.
There he is. Ready, Adam?
Giles, take me to La Couchon. I'm hungry. And take the long way. I have to place a call.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Hey, wait. Barry,
Ready!
but...
Go!
Alright, so now we have another little chase through the streets sequence. I think we're gonna get at least one more of these after this. And this one's just a tad more chaotic than the other one. But honestly, none of them are very hard, so it's not a big challenge. Although I have to say, I really don't remember the last third or so of this game quite as well as the rest of it, so I may get a run for my money later on. And I like this part, terrorizing the bus tour people. I always laugh when I see people on bus tours in my city. I always forget that this is like a place that people visit, because it's always just been it's never been in my mind as like a popular destination or anything. And like, I don't know, we don't have like any beaches or anything. That guy got fucked. That guy's probably dead, honestly. I also just love how in this game and in the movie, like, obviously, you know, when if a bee is like, you know, people will swat at bugs, but like, I feel like people like just have like a violent vendetta against bees in this movie's universe, where they're like, I will like injure myself making sure that I squish this fucking bee. Like, when a bee is buzzing around near me, I'll swat it away so it leaves me alone, but I'm not gonna do this shit. I'm certainly not gonna be like that one guy and have a fucking 10-minute sword fight with him where I'm posted up while he strafes back and forth for 5 minutes until I get tuckered out. Imagine getting tired during a fight with a fucking bee. I like this part, though. This guy just... He's in the street, if you can see. He's literally in the middle of the fucking in traffic with cars coming at him with his hot dog cart, trying to get you with his tongs. Like, it's so funny. It would be even funnier if he got hit by that car at the end instead of just stopping. That would have been sick. Anyway, yeah, these parts are kind of neat. Even though they're not terribly interesting gameplay-wise, but I don't know, they're a fun little thing, and they don't... some of them, they go on for just under too long for me. The loading screens kind of make it a bummer, but I have cut all of those out for your viewing pleasure. Also, I gotta say, I'm very excited now that we're getting into the part of the game that heavily features Mr. Montgomery, the lawyer, who I think his first name is Lincoln? I want to say Layton, like Professor Layton. I think it's Lincoln Montgomery. I forget. I forget his first name. Hey, it's that guy. It's Giles. That guy who is like 90 characters. And look, there he is. You saw him very briefly driving this car, wearing the exact same outfit. And in the upcoming section after this, we're going to see 2 separate humans in the same building that are that exact guy. I just love how they made like 4 models and just used them for everyone. In like very, not like prominent, but in speaking roles where you're like staring at them for extended periods of time. It's pretty funny. This guy just, oh look, there he is again. Some astute viewer should count up all of the times that character... Well, there he is again. Yeah, someone should count up how many different people this guy embodies. Look at that body. Look at that fucking dump truck. Montgomery is dumb thick. Anyway, I love Mr. Montgomery. I love that character in the movie. He's played by John Goodman, who is one of my favorite people alive on Earth. And his voice is just so stupid and ridiculous. When I was a little kid, when this movie came out, I could not get out of my head Montgomery's little opening monologue at the beginning of the trial portion of the movie, where he starts out, the way he says it is so weird. The way he says, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury," like he just has this really weird, like cartoony Southern voice where he says like, "The bounty of nature, Gawad." Like it's very funny, very silly, and I'm so happy that they got most of the voice cast from the movie here. And yeah, this guy, apparently, he doesn't give a shit. You can fly right into his mouth while he's not on the phone, but when he's on the phone, that's when it's no nonsense. Get the hell away from him. And hey, look, I wonder who that... Hey, have we seen that guy before? Now he's Jean-Baptiste, or whatever this dude's name is.
Better luck next time.
Nice little thing there, and then kabam. I'm so French and angry. My hand. And now we snap a pic of this blurry piece of paper. But yeah. So coming up, there's gonna be some sped up sections of me collecting all of the honeycomb snacks and doing all the flowers. I just spent, I wanted to get all of them, and I'll show it, and there's a little bit of dialogue here while I start it up, but yeah, there's no need to dwell on it. Listen to his mumbling, though. This is going to happen throughout the entire level.
The other one, remember, he always said, if you don't like the odds, kid, change the game.
Oh, I get it. Wait, I don't get it.
Simple. If we can't get close to Montgomery where he is, we'll find a way to make him move to a better spot. Hey, where are you, anyway?
I wanted to make sure that you had a little opportunity to hear him mumbling. It's even funnier I'm probably going to be talking over most of it, but it's even funnier when it's sped up. It's like... But yeah, I can just imagine them, John Goodman in the studio, and them being like, okay, we just need, like a couple seconds of you mumbling indistinctly for, the background of a part where you're in a restaurant. You're supposed to be having a secret meeting. And, if you are like me and you try to actually complete everything in the level, you spend like fucking 10 minutes listening to John Goodman going... It's pretty good. There's another version of that, it's going to be in the next video, in the next chapter, where Vanessa is trying to distract someone, and her method of distracting people is going... So, pretty cool. And here's some fucking dog shit. If you just come up, like, this close to him, I just wanted to get the honeycomb snacks. Like, I'm not bothering you at all. How does he even know I'm there? You get this.
Wait up! There's a bee in my soup.
I wasn't in your soup. You don't have soup. Also, why'd that guy's cup just vibrate? That was funny. And then, yeah, I guess they, just like make the bee go over here. So anyway, this guy's having a nice little plate of orange here, reading a book. And we are going to make him do something that will make Montgomery sad and move somewhere else. Puts down his whole spoon just to swat at me.
Nice try.
And then they just get fed the fuck up. And then they make the world turn into honeycombs. Yeah. Oh, now my dinner's ruined. So yeah, then they move outside, and then we're gonna do shit outside. So, I was gonna say, like, at the top of the video, just do my normal, shooting the shit about stuff that's going on. But I've been saying stuff about the video game. Who would have thought? What a concept, talking about the video game during your Let's Play commentary. I should try that sometime. But yeah, so now 19 minutes into the video, I'm gonna say those things. And the thing that I wanted to mention is that, at least where I live, the weather has finally started being nice. It's no longer hot as shit all the time like it has been since like mid-April. For the last week, it has been like actual fall weather. Because usually what you get in Philly, and even in Maryland where I grew up, usually it's just like half and half of extremes. You get 6 months of it being really fucking hot and humid all the time, and then you get 6 months of it being cold as shit. And then you get like maybe 5 days total in the year that aren't those and are something in the middle. And for me, and people who know me and have listened to my videos, this is not new information. Also, this part is really goddamn loud between the music and the traffic outside, which is the point. The point is that the noise is going to drown out your quiet buzzing, so he doesn't know that you're there, so he can't say that you're in his soup. But yeah, like, ideal is, like, between 50 and 70, and that's where it's been for, like, a week, and it's been gorgeous. I've actually been enjoying, like, walking to work and being outside in general. I can be outside for more than 15 minutes and not be completely damp. So, pretty good. I managed to get through this very easily, but this part can be kind of a pain in the ass getting through these little holes. In general, I really hate the, like, hitboxes when it comes to these, streams, these air currents. It's gonna be even worse in the next chapter. Like, especially with the raindrops, I just don't understand. Sometimes I'll, like, go to what I think is the complete opposite end of the screen and still get hit by the thing I'm avoiding somehow. I don't know how they fucking... Whatever. So yeah, here's, like, the 5th thing in a row that Adam doesn't understand what you're saying. I don't really know why they added that personality trait for him. They changed that from the movie. They made Adam a fucking dumbass who doesn't understand any figure of speech whatsoever. The other thing that happened is that I got a second monitor, which is actually now my main... The one I got is now my main monitor, and what was once my only monitor is now my second monitor, and now it's really weird to look at things on it because it's a much older monitor with a not quite as good screen and not nearly as big a screen, and so now everything looks strange on it by comparison. Pretty good, but yeah. Anyway, I am just gonna let this cutscene play out till the end, and then we will segue seamlessly into the next chapter in the next video.
And all of his kind are about to come down with a bad case of the hives, as it were.
But how can you be sure?
Firstly, I'll tell you right now that with what
I don't know why they made it so
I
Montgomery is so gummy. Like, his bottom teeth are, like, all the way at the bottom of his mouth. Hey, look who it is.
My dear fellow, what do you take me for? It's in my safe in my most inner of inner sanctums. Only 2 of my most trusted partners in my office and I share the 3 different pieces of the access code, which constantly scrambles. They have to use their computers to get it each time. So, I know every move they make. Now, why don't you just leave it all to me?
Adam, do you read?
Usually a few chapters before bed. It helps me fall asleep.
Adam, you fucking dummy.
Listen, I'm on to something. We're out of here.